Hi, quick update on the fight for my home and garden and, all the plants I have, like the avocado and kumquats and things, to keep my home from at this point, from the buyer at auction. Now, I think that buyer at auction probably has no clue that my fireplace was built so that the studs are too close to the firebox. The fireplace can't be used. I also doubt the buyer at auction knows that the roof on my house is not ideal. I had the roof over my living room replaced because it leaked so badly. I mean, it rained, waterfalls in here. But the rest of the house does not have a new roof. And probably most significantly, the walls, two of the walls are the next to the next door house. The um, the um, the what do you call it? The footing? Is it the footing? The foundation of the house isn't actually underneath the wall, and like things can just walk in, like ants and things. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Okay, the point is that there was a hearing on Monday, which is the day before yesterday. March 4th was the hearing. And my motion, which was being heard, was that the foreclosure and foreclosure sale violate the UCC, New Mexico statutes 55.3.301 and 55.3.309, which are that the person enforcing the note or the bank or whatever has to have that note, or if the note is lost, they have to have lost it while it was in their possession. So that isn't the case with Wells Fargo because the note was last seen in 2002, and Wells Fargo didn't have the mortgage, wasn't assigned the mortgage until 2005. So I spent a good time. Well, I had prepared because I thought Wells Fargo was going to argue equity, that what equity would supersede the contract law. It can do that. And so I thought they were going to um, argue equity. So I prepared a thing about equity and about bad faith versus good faith because I am saying that because I could have paid the mortgage since 2009, Wells Fargo qualified me for HAMP loan modification, bringing down my interest rate. And they reneged. They broke their word on it, as they did for millions of people. I'm not saying I'm the only one that was stabbed in the back by Wells Fargo. No, I'm saying that because they did that, they can't say that by equity they should have all the payments of the mortgage because my my mortgage, my principal owing was 84,000, and they've spent over $130,000 to foreclose my mortgage and take my home from me. I don't think that that's appropriate. I think that that's injustice. And not only that, I think that injustice has hit families all over the U.S. It hit them in such a bad way, hurting kids because they have to change schools. There's more anxiety in the house. So they kids can't grow up feeling safe and secure because they're not, because banks are being allowed to do it. What happened, I think, is that the media, encouraged by the banks and Goldman Sachs and whoever, uh, portrayed foreclosures as the consequence of feckless people, people who got mortgages and just were so irresponsible they didn't pay their obligation, their financial obligation. That's how the media, the news, characterized and continues to characterize to some extent foreclosures. Nothing is said about banks having laws that they are supposed to follow. And they don't follow the laws because no one's saying you have to follow the law. The judges and the courts just go, you know, it's bad homeowner who took out a mortgage and then stopped paying that poor bank. It's irritating to me. It's irritating because it's unjust. If there's a law of contracts and there's a payment that should be made, yes. But when a bank then gets, apparently Wells Fargo collected 1.4 billion for having participated in the HAMP loan modification thing. So they participated by denying HAMP loan modifications. I don't think that that is acceptable behavior. And I don't think it's an acceptable behavior for the court to allow that because it encourages that kind of behavior, misbehavior by the bank. Okay, so I'm continuing to fight, and what I will do, what I am working, well, I have a independent action in the court, but it couldn't be filed because I had to pay $15 filing fee because of my poverty. It was reduced, but I didn't realize I was going to have to pay anything, so I had to get the money from the bank, and that's from the credit union, and that's tricky because I'm housebound, so time consuming. Okay, so as an aside, the Wells Fargo lawyer at the hearing said to the judge, you should bar Miss Klein from filing anything else in this case, and you should bar her from filing anything else in the First Judicial District Court because she's planning to file another case. Yes, I am. So I was really afraid the judge might bar me. So I said, Your Honor, are you going to bar me from appealing? And he said, No, I would never, I've never barred anyone from appealing. And then I said, But are you going to bar me from filing in the court, in the First Judicial District Court? And he said, I'm barring you from filing in this action. And he said it twice. So he specifically emphasized this action, this foreclosure, as opposed to me being able to, so I could still file my independent action. So I think things are going well, but the cost of a jury, $300, and I get $700 a month. So I'm left with $199 for the rest of this month. If anyone has an extra $5 that you could contribute to my GoFundMe, it would be most appreciated. I need eyeliner because let me tell you, I think that you do better if you look better. And in court, no matter, you may think it's a good idea to look downtrodden so the judge will be sympathetic. I don't think that works. I think you want to look, well, I'm old, so I'm never going to look great anymore. I looked good when I was young. So, this is so long, it's over 8 minutes. Thank you for listening. Wish me luck. Thank you.